Are you ready to hear about Babylonian Empire? I've got a juicy history tidbit for you. So, let's rewind the clock back to the 19th century BC. Picture this, a group of nomads known as the Amorites, settling in the region of Mesopotamia, which we now call Iraq. Around 1894 BC, these enterprising folks began to make their mark. They had big dreams and even bigger plans. To build their mighty empire, the Babylonians tapped into the powers of engineering, military might, and construction with their determination and boundless creativity, and embarked on a colossal undertaking. They aimed to transform the arid desert into a bustling metropolis and conquer other territories. Babylon would soon become the heart and soul of their empire. Not only did the Babylonians erect massive walls that encircled the city of Babylon, these walls were like the ancient version of Fort Knox, so thick that it was considered one of the greatest engineering of the ancient world. But hey, let's take a breather from those colossal walls for a moment. Turns out, the Babylonians weren't just busy constructing epic fortresses. Their thirst for greatness spilled over into their educational endeavors in Babylonia. Education played a crucial role in Babylonian society, shaping the minds of its citizens and contributing to the empire's cultural and intellectual richness. Education primarily took place within the temple complexes, where scribal schools played a central role. These schools were responsible for imparting knowledge in reading, writing, and math that was out of this world. The ancient Babylonians were geniuses who used a base 60 numerical system that we still use today for time measurement and geometry. Their astrologers were so accurate in predicting eclipses that they could have moonlighted as psychics. The Babylonians loved textiles, spices, and shiny metals, and they had trade on lock. Their gods were polytheistic, and all hail Marduk, the patron god of Babylon. The Babylonians wrote in cuneiform script on clay tablets and gave us the world's first epic tale, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Meanwhile, a hierarchical class system and its social structure ensured order and stability within the empire. Imagine this, the empire was like a giant ladder, with different groups on each rung, and the higher you climbed, the more power and perks you enjoyed. And it went like this: the ruling kings and elite nobles had all they wished for. Then there were free citizens, doctors and lawyers. They were the VIPs, enjoying rights and business deals. Laborers, dependent laborers and artisans. These individuals worked for the ruling elite or the free citizens, often in a master-apprentice relationship. They provided essential services and contributed to the economic stability of the empire. And we can't forget the slaves, sadly, part of the society. They served households and worked in fields. So now let's get back to building an empire that was the envy of the ancient world. The Babylonian Empire had some tough kings who were crazy strict, always ready to conquer territories. One of them, a famous king named Hammurabi, came into power. He was the first to build massive walls, and his military victories were successful in gaining more land for the empire. Hammurabi skillfully conquered the formidable power cities, gaining control over their prosperous trade routes and securing the accompanying economic stability. But that's not all. Hammurabi was ahead of his time. He decided to create the first legal code in history. The Code of Hammurabi consisted of 282 laws for everything under the sun. Steal something? Get your hand chopped off. Lie in court? Lose your tongue. Make a mistake while performing surgery? You wouldn't be practicing medicine for much longer. Then we've got Nebuchadnezzar II, the ultimate showman of his time. This king knew how to put on a spectacle. He had bigger dreams, grander ambitions. He was the mastermind behind the impressive hanging gardens, an artificial mountain covered in lush vegetation considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and Ishtar Gate, which was like a scene out of a fantasy movie, decorated with colorful glazed bricks depicting animals and mythical creatures. He envisioned a city that would stand as a testament to the Babylonian Empire's power and ingenuity by enlarging the massive walls. Sadly, all good things must come to an end. Despite its power and influence, the Babylonian Empire eventually fell to the Persian king Cyrus the Great in the 6th century BC. The empire's decline was caused by a combination of factors, including weak rulers, internal strife, and external threats. The Persian conquest of Babylon marked the end of the Babylonian Empire, but its legacy in art, literature, and culture continued to influence later civilizations. Subscribe today and let the wonders of history unfold before your eyes. I'm posting every week. Smash that bell button so you don't miss anything.